going to start trig ratios today. So on page 64, you should already have these notes copied down, and we need to go ahead and fill in the missing information. So the most important thing about trig ratios is they are only used on right triangles. If you do not have a right triangle, then you cannot use trig ratios. You need to know that if you are using sine, you are using the opposite side of the angle over the hypotenuse. And off to the here. If you're asked to use cosine, that's going to be the adjacent side of the angle over the hypotenuse. And off to the side, we're going to put C equals A over H. For tangent, that is the opposite side of the angle over the adjacent side. And over here, we're going to put B equals O over A. You absolutely have to figure out some way to memorize this right here. It is not given to you on the EOC, and it will not be given to you on any tests or quizzes. So some people memorize it as SOHCAHTOA, and they write SOHCAHTOA. That's fine. I learned and teach some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid. It's whatever y'all prefer, but you have to come up with some way to remember those trig ratios. A key thing here is the opposite side and the adjacent side will be different depending on which angle is being used. And you'll see how that works in a couple of example problems. You will always leave your answer as a fraction, unless the problem tells you to round. So if the problem says find the sine of angle A, round to the nearest tenth, then you would leave your answer as a decimal. But if it does not tell you how to round, you leave your answer as a fraction. So on page 64, make sure you have all of this written down because these are the notes you need for trig.